Pumas. It's Miss Lamar in the from the Park Crest Library. I'm here today to talk to you about our Ebsco host or Ebsco databases. Databases are a tool that you can use when you are doing your research. They are found through the computer, so sometimes they feel like it's a website, but unlike websites that can be changed simply by the webmastering logging in and editing a little bit and then reloading the page, web pages are constantly updated. Databases are quite the opposite. It is more like a published piece of work, just like a magazine or a book is published. Databases also are a collection or an item that is published, and so once it is published, it can't be changed unless they rewrite the article. So a database is a collection. I like to think of it as a big room full of filing cabinets, and each filing cabinet's on a different topic, and each drawer is on a different subtopic of that topic. And so as you narrow down your topic and what you're studying, you can narrow down which database would be best for you to use. So let's get started. First thing I want you to know is that you can go to our Park Crest page and click on the Ebsco host, that top left one. Please remember that all of the green tiles are for your research needs, so please know that I recommend any of those. Ebsco host will take you out then and ask you to log in. Please visit with me at school to get our login name and password. Okay, so you get logged in. The first thing I want you to notice is that they have all of their products listed. I like to use this top left one. Again, it's the big blue ball, but the Student Research Center is sometimes very helpful, as well as the health. There it is, consumer health. Depending on your topic, that one might be helpful for you. Okay, so I'm going to click on the reference package, and the first thing I need you to realize is this is different than those search engines like NetTracker in that it wants to know which virtual filing cabinet you want to look in. When you're looking at databases, there's different topics for those databases, and you can see I have a very long list to choose from. There was consumer science and an ebook collection. Here's a health source that might be helpful if you're doing something for your health class. Medical online, newspaper sources. Again, you can scroll down the list and use all of those, or please know that you're always welcome to collect or check the select all, which then gives you the red note that it might take a little bit longer. I've not found it to be a problem. Click continue then. After you tell it where you want it to look, it now wants to know what do you want to look for. On this screen, you guys are comfortable with that rectangular type in box. I want to do a little bit of searching on Venus and Serena Williams. But let's go talk about Boolean searching, because that's the next thing on my list right here. Boolean searching is when you're putting different keywords together. In fact, let's look at those keywords right here on the list. I know that my topic's going to be about Venus and Serena Williams, but unlike the topic that they're famous for, which is tennis, I want to know more about their fashion designs and their clothes, or perhaps their athletic wear. Know that fashion, clothes, and athletic wear can all be synonyms, but those are all going to be keywords in my search as I'm looking for information on them. I did not include tennis on my keyword list simply because I'm not doing my topic on tennis. Okay, so back up here, I tell you a little bit about Boolean searching. And Boolean, love that word, say it, Boolean. It's not Boolean, and you'll know a novice when you hear one. They'll say Boolean, it's Boolean. The words are and, or, are not. Those are your magic words when you're searching, and you have a rectangle box to use. You type in your keywords and connect them with the words and, or not. Like my first example, I want I want articles found with Venus Williams or Serena Williams. That's going to include anything that has both of them or either one of them individually. If I want a topic, if I want an article that mentions both of them, I have to change my word to and, Venus and Serena, like in my second example. Or I could go farther down the line and see that in my third example, I have used the words Venus or Serena, so it widens the search, and Williams, has to mention their last name, and fashion. And so that's going to include all of their articles that have to do with their design lines. And then my fourth example down here, I'm going to be excluding things by using the word not at the end. I have Venus Williams and Serena Williams and fashion, not tennis. So we're going to use those exact words in a search here in just a second. There's Venus, whoops, and Serena. And we hit search. Whoops, you know what? Let me go back and show you a little trick. I want you to notice that I do have Boolean phrase bulleted in. At any time, you cannot use Boolean and just do find all my search terms. Right here, it is important to notice that I'm looking for articles that are in full text. Full text means they're actually going to show you the whole article. Sometimes a database might give you just the summary, or it's called an abstract when you're talking about academic journals. Abstract is a fancy word for summary, but sometimes it would give you an article, the name, the author, and the summary for it, but wouldn't tell you what the article actually says. And for most of the time, your purposes, you will need full text. So I do like to tell that right up front and give it that little checkbox right there. Okay, now we're going to go back up and type in my topic and search. And it goes out and finds, oh my goodness, 6,560 hits. We don't have time for that. So let's go back and use our Boolean skills and do and fashion and tell it to go out. Wow, that really limits it. So please use Boolean searching. Now I'm down to 235. Now if I do want to limit it, I could put not tennis and tell it to go, and I'm down to 51. What if I did Venus or Serena? I'm not quite sure what that's going to do to my search list. Yeah, it took it back up because now I can use either girl's name. I want both of the girls mentioned and go back down to a smaller list. I've got 51 articles. I'm going to take out the tennis only because I know of an article I'm looking for, and there we go. The Williams sisters, number 5 on my list, the Williams sisters, how they inspire each other to score in tennis, design, and life. If I had put the not tennis, this article does not pop up. So even though my article is about design and fashion, since I said not tennis, this one would have been excluded. So be careful that you don't limit your list too far. I think 235 is pretty good. I would like to get it down a little bit more, but let's take a look here. So unlike the search engine Google, which brings up your hit list in order of popularity, which websites have been visited the most, Ebsco is going to bring it up on relevancy. Relevancy is how relevant is this article to what I'm looking for. So the articles at the top of the list have more keywords hit more times than the ones at the bottom of the list. So it is important to start at the top of the list when you're looking at Ebsco, knowing that probably your better articles, if you use the correct keywords when searching, will be at the top. Okay, something else I want to point out is Ebsco allows you to refine your results over here on the left-hand side. I can change my date, saying that I don't want something published way back in 2000. I want it published in 2007 or earlier, I'm sorry, or later, and that takes me down to 77 articles. You can also say, instead of looking in all search types, I only want it to be in magazines, or maybe I only want it to be in newspapers, and so I'd check that one. So my magazines now has taken it down to 3, and probably I would go ahead and take a look at all 3 of those articles. Please note it tells you what kind of resource it is, but with the icon, it does show you that it is full text, and it will show you the different search, and the bold words are the search words that you used that allowed that. So after you have a good search list going, if you want to see what that bibliographic record might look like, you can click right there on the title, and it goes into the record. You can read the abstract. Again, please remember that the word abstract is just a fancy word for summary. So if you've read the abstract and it's something that you might want to use, you can click over here on the Cite It button in case you're collecting the resources on those rainbow half sheets for your bibliography. This puts it in bibliographic format, where it asks you for the title, the author, the date of publication. So we can see that the title of the article is Elliot H. Venus Williams on her fashion line, Serena being a bombshell. It was located or published in Forbes.com. And then this is the date that it was this is the date it was published, and then later we can see that it was accessed on December 18th, so that's the day I was looking for it. All of that information is important when you're looking online. Okay, I think I've told you everything I can think of. We're going to go back up here to New Search. Please remember that you do have to tell it which databases to look in. Don't forget your Boolean searching. Don't forget about full text. And always don't forget to cite your sources. Okay, good luck.